Yogis, how are you? My name is Crystal Gray and I help women commit to a more regular yoga practice. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about anxiety. Anxiety is one of the biggest complaints that I hear from my tribe, so please enjoy this. I hope that it helps you as much as this flow helps me. Let me know in the comments how you felt after this flow, and also let me know what other videos you'd love to see me create. And don't forget to subscribe for all of my upcoming videos on anxiety, stress, and other tips on how you can start to implement more yoga into your day. Have a great day, yogis. Enjoy the flow. Let's start an easy seated pose. If you happen to have a bolster or something laying around that you can sit on, you might want to grab that. Even a couch cushion would work. Just something to prop yourself up so that it's a little bit more gentle on your hips and your knees. So coming into easy seated pose, Sukhasana, pull the feet in towards your body, flex the feet, and rest the shins into the arches. Make sure that your pelvis is neutral, which is a lot easier on top of a bolster or even a block, or again, a couch cushion or two. Making sure that the front hip bones are level to the back hip bones so that the booty's not popping out and it's not tucked under. Lift the entire rib cage up away from the hips and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Just have the palms turned down onto the knees, just signifying that we're tuning in, we're turning in, and we're letting go of anything that's been causing us stress and anxiety, just starting to let that go for now. Close your eyes and lengthen the spine by reaching the back of the crown of the head up towards the sky. Now take a couple cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth with the intention of just releasing, letting go. You don't need to think about any of that stuff right now that's been on your mind. You might even want to sigh. It feels really good to do that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Then, as it feels good, start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Continue breathing here deeply. When we have anxiety, we can tend to start to shorten the breath, so start to deepen the breath. The more you can practice that here on your mat, the more you can bring that into different situations where you need it in your life. So as you inhale, focus on expanding the belly, especially the upper belly, and bringing the breath up. So low ribs and then all the way up. Exhaling, chest, upper ribs, low ribs, belly. Continue this breath. Creating space, expanding. Relax the face, the forehead, eyes, and jaw. As soon as something comes into your mind, that's okay. Don't get mad at yourself. That's just what the brain does. Just come back to your breath over and over, just like you'd lead a child that you love, just like you'd lead them back. You'd be patient. So be patient with yourself. On your inhale, think, I am calm. Exhale, and at peace. Inhale, I am calm. Exhale, and at peace. Continue that for a few rounds. Now we'll start to do something called Samavriti breath. So I want you to try to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. So I'll count with you a couple rounds. Exhale to begin. Inhale all the way up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale the whole time. 2, 3, 4. Exhale the whole time. 2, 3, 4. Continue that on your own. So making sure you're not holding the breath. If that's too much, you can always go in and out to 3. Samavriti means equal breath. Good. A couple more rounds. I am calm and at peace. And circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. Let's set that intention for our practice to embody our affirmation with one Om. Take a deep breath in. Good. And lower your head. Blink your eyes open and lift your head. So I know Ohms at first can be a little bit weird, but that's okay. It's all right if it seems weird to you. I really love Ohms because it's something that you'll do every time, and it kind of tells your body and your mind and your emotional state, hey, this is time for my yoga practice. It's a different part of my day. All right, so now move on to your hands and knees. You can move any props out of your way. Having the wrist directly under the shoulders and the knees directly under the hips. Point the pointer fingers forward and push the knuckles into the mat. Toes are uncurled. As you inhale, start to look out in front of you. Exhale, round the back. So we're still moving to that count of 4. So inhale, look out. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, round. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Make sure not to dump the head back. Think about looking out instead to lengthen the neck. Moving with the breath, not pausing. This is vinyasa, connecting movement to breath. Good, one more. And come back to neutral. Anytime your mind wanders, just gently guide it back. That's really part of the practice. It doesn't come easy to anybody. A calm mind doesn't come easy usually to anybody unless they've already been meditating. All right, so knees as wide as the mat, big toes can touch. Bring the hips back towards the heels, and it's okay if your hips don't come all the way back. You could even put a bolster or something under your hips if they don't quite touch. You can stack the fists and then place your forehead onto the top fist or forehead to the ground, whatever feels better for you. The key here is that the forehead is touching something and that you feel comfortable in this position. If any pose doesn't feel good, please just back out of it and do something that does feel good for you. Maybe just easy seated pose. Focus again on breathing into the belly and expanding the ribs, and even moving the breath now into the back body. This is child's pose or balasana. It's modified child's pose, since the knees are apart. When the knees are apart, it gives a little bit more space for the belly. Sometimes when our breathing is restricted, that can cause anxiety. So not what I want to do today. All right, awesome. Now slowly make your way onto your hands and knees. Notice how that pose made you feel. Bring your knees back towards each other so that they're under the hips. That child's pose, it can be very calming, but it's okay if it didn't. Just notice. All right, so spread your fingers apart and again, push your knuckles down into your mat. Now you might choose to watch me go into downward facing dog first. So we'll walk the knees back a couple inches, curl the toes under, and then lift the knees and the hips up. Push into the knuckles and send the hips up and back. So here you want to be in a straight line from the wrists all the way up to the hips. So instead of being here, it's okay to lift the heels and then just push the hips up and back. Breathe here, come into it when you're ready. Try to roll the shoulders away from each other, almost like you're trying to close the armpits, but then at the same time, roll the forearms in to keep the knuckles heavy. Breathe. Can walk the dog. Waking up the hamstrings. Key for this practice is really the breath. Really, for most practices, that's the breath. It's the most important thing, but I really want you to focus on it when we're trying to relieve anxiety. And then slowly walk your feet forward towards your hands. Bring your feet as wide as your mat and turn your toes in slightly so the outside edges of the feet are parallel. Bring your hands to your shins and then inhale, come halfway up to a flat back, bend your knees, grab your opposite elbows and exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, I am calm. Exhale, and at peace. And the more you say it, the more your body and mind will start to believe it. And let your arms hang. They do not need to touch the ground. That's not the goal. The goal is to feel sensation in the back of the legs and to have a nice long spine and neck. Hands back to the shins. Inhale, flat back, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the hips, bend the knees, and then inhale, rise up with a flat back. And exhale, circle the hands together in front of the heart into prayer. Breathe here. You might see a little bit of stars as you come up, so just really focus on grounding down into the feet. Find your gazing point, your drishti. It helps to calm the mind. Deep breaths, expand. Not just the front of the body, but the back of the body as well. Good. Now bring the feet together into your Tadasana feet, so your Tadasana stance. Tadasana is standing mountain pose. So bring your big toes together to touch, or if that feels too wobbly for you or not good for your hips, separate the feet up to about fist width apart. Again, ground down into all four corners of the feet. Exhale, ground down. We'll move through a few half sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. You can look up. Exhale, fold, bend the knees a little bit so you can tip the pelvis forward and lift the tailbone up. Let the arms and head hang. You do not need to touch the ground. Inhale, come to that monkey pose, flat back, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Ground down into the feet, look out. Inhale, come up with a flat back, circle the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands down through center, right in front of the heart. Take a breath. Anytime you feel you need to, just exhale through the mouth. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. I call that a cleansing breath. Inhale, arms up, and it just feels really good to release whatever needs to let go. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway, monkey. Exhale, fold over the legs. Feel free to bend the knees. Ground down, look out. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, flat back. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. And breathe. Okay, so now we'll move into a pose called Half Moon A. So really ground down into all four corners of the feet. Exhale, ground. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale, lean to your right, hips to the left. Push down with the feet. Inhale, rise up, switch wrists. Exhale, other side. Inhale, up, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Think about leading with the back of the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do that Half Moon A one more time. Inhale, reach up. I think I said Half Moon B the first time, but it's Half Moon A. Grab the wrist. Exhale, lean to your right. Inhale up, switch wrists. Exhale, other side. Inhale up and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath, come back to your affirmation. I am calm. and at peace. And take a wide stance. So we measure a wide stance by bringing the arms out to your sides, point the fingertips down, and have the outside edges of the fingertips, or the outside edges of the feet right below the fingertips. That's how you can measure it. Hands to the hips. Turn your right foot out, have your right heel in line with the arch of the back foot, and turn your back foot in slightly. Now keep your right knee directly on top of the ankle, level out the hips, so try not to have one hip higher. Okay, keep it there, pull the back hip back as far as you can go without letting that knee turn in, okay? So you don't have to have the hips parallel to the long edge of the mat. Bring your arms up and then gaze out through the right middle finger. And breathe here, warrior two. Focusing so much on the breath, making sure you're feeling sensation but never pain. The knee does not go past the ankle. Virabhadrasana 2. All right, good. Release the arms, straighten the leg, turn the right foot in, left foot out, turn the back toes in slightly, and bend into the left knee. Have the left knee directly on top of the ankle, level out the hips. Pull the back hip back as far as you can go without the knee coming in. First and foremost, that knee stays right there. Lift the rib cage up away from the pelvis. Arms up. Relax the shoulders and gaze out through the left middle finger. Deep breaths. All right, awesome. Straighten the leg, turn the foot in, let the hands come to the hips, and we'll do, now we'll move into a triangle pose. So go back to the first side, but now this time the legs will both stay straight. Make sure not to lock the knee because that hyperextends it. So just gently squeeze the quad, bring the arms up, parallel to the ground, inhale. Lift the rib cage, exhale, reach out over the right leg and bring the right hand to right above the knee or below the knee. Roll the top shoulder back. So either way, you want both shoulders directly over the leg, not folding in like this. So twist it open. So if there was a wall right here, you wouldn't be able to go forward. So just pretend that you're right up against a wall. If this feels good, you can lift the top arm up, but you don't have to. Notice I'm in a straight line here. I'm not rounded. A good idea is to take a video of yourself and then watch yourself in the video and see what your form looks like. Slowly come up and let the arms come down. Turn the right foot in, left foot out. Gently squeeze the quad, arms up, inhale. Exhale, reach out and bring the left hand right above the knee or below the knee. Roll the top shoulder back. Tuck the chin slightly so the neck is nice and long. Top arm can go up, but it doesn't have to. Trikonasana, triangle. Breathe. Good. Slowly come up. And let the arms float down, turn the foot in. So now we want the outside edges of the feet parallel to each other, and we'll do a wide leg forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Big shoulder roll, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. You can bring your hands to your shins or the floor, inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. So maybe your arms are just hanging, maybe they can touch the ground, they don't have to. You can even bend the knees a little bit so that you can tip your pelvis forward if needed. But the goal is not to touch the ground, it's just to feel sensation. Make sure not to dump into the inside edges of the feet, so you might even need to put a little bit more emphasis on the outside edge. And then come halfway up, flat back, inhale. You can bend your knees a little bit, exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, heel toe the feet towards each other. And step back up to the front of the mat. Breathe here in your mountain pose, grounding down into all four corners of the feet. Deep breaths. Find your gazing point. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway to flat back, monkey. Exhale, just step back to your downward facing dog, and we'll hold here for a few breaths. You can bend the knees so that you can straighten or lengthen the spine. Roll the shoulders away from each other and roll the forearms in. And then slowly come down to the hands and knees. Okay, and then if you sat on something earlier, you can grab that same thing and come to seated on there into easy seated pose again, Sukhasana, so crossing the legs. Now come towards the edge of the bolster or whatever you're sitting on if you're sitting on something. And do a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale. Think about starting to tip the pelvis forward. So instead of thinking about rounding down for this forward fold, the tilt will come from the pelvis. So hands can be on the knees or come down in front. If you have blocks, then you could even place your hands on blocks if they don't quite touch. So breathe here. Keep the shoulders plugged in, keep the chin tucked slightly. Feel free to close the eyes. Deep breaths. Come back to your affirmation. I am calm and at peace. And slowly come up. Now switch the cross of the legs. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. And do a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. So again, that's how we're going to come down closer to the ground, is by tilting the pelvis, not by rounding the back. Again, you could take a video of yourself and watch your form. And breathe here. And then slowly lift yourself up. Extend both legs out. Now feel free to have a little bend in the knees and keep the feet active, pushing into the heel and the ball of the feet. Do a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, tilt the pelvis forward again. Breathe here, drawing the chest forward, not rounding the back. Keep the chin tucked a little bit to lengthen the neck. Deep breaths. Close your eyes. I am calm and at peace. And then slowly come up and cross your legs again into your easy seated pose. So here I'll give you the option to do a breathing practice called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. For some people this can cause anxiety, so if that starts to happen, feel free just to stop and do some deep breaths. But for others, it can really help manage anxious symptoms. So for Nadi Shodhana, what we'll do, you can watch me first. I'll bring my right hand up in front. This is what I call Shiva Mudra. And then close the right, and then we'll inhale left, close the left, and exhale right. Inhale right, close, exhale left. I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but trust me, it's worth it. The benefits are really great, just to bring everything into balance, mentally, physically, emotionally. All right, so whenever I'm closing, then I usually am pulling the other side, like my other cheek away, so that it's opening my nostril, because otherwise my nose kind of gets stuck together, and that definitely is not calming. Okay, so what you can do is, again, bring your right hand around, bring your pointer finger and middle finger to the center of the forehead. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to say is to inhale nice and long and then exhale all the way. Okay, so try not to rush it. We'll go to about the count of 4 in and 4 out, just like we have been doing for a couple rounds. Then you do it for however many rounds or for however long it feels good for you. Maybe you'll breathe into 3 or breathe into 5, whatever. Just try to match it with your exhale. Okay, so exhale to begin. Close the right. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Now if your nose is plugged up, maybe don't do this one. Just do deep breathing. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. So that was 2 rounds. Start the third. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. That was 3. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Now do a couple more rounds on your own. One more full round. So next time you exhale left, you're done. Keep your eyes closed. Sniff, do what you need to do. Blow your nose if you need to. Otherwise, just keep your eyes closed. Notice how you feel. Breathe through both nostrils evenly. Maybe even do some cleansing breaths. I am calm and at peace. Okay, great job. Circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. Let's show gratitude for our practice and close our time together with one Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. And bow your head. Bring your thumbs from your heart center up to your forehead. Acknowledging the energy that's within you, around you, connects us all together and never goes away. That energy within me acknowledges the energy within you, and I thank you so much for letting me guide you through this anti-anxiety flow. Again, I'd love to hear in the comments how you feel now, and please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Have a great day, Yogi. Namaste.